Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Mash.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Abby. And I'm Chanel.
For this episode of Cooking with Mash, we are working with knife safety.
For the first step, we need to wash the knives that we will be using.
Okay, these are the different kinds of knives we will be using. We have a chef knife, fillet knife, and we have 2 peeling knives.
For your first step, you need to wet your sponge and only add a few drops of dish soap. To wash knives, make sure your hand is on the opposite side of the blade, and if you need to, then just use the very front of the sponge, and make sure you get the handle too.
Okay, even if your cutting board is clean, make sure to always clean it to keep your fruit and vegetables clean.
Make sure to wash your fruit and vegetables. To cut an apple, make sure you have a peeler knife and cut both ends of the apple off. And when you're cutting, make sure you keep your fingers away from the knife. Make sure to keep your fingers back and your thumb right here on the knife and then chop.
Okay, now we're going to start by cutting a carrot. We are going to be using a chef's knife. So first you're going to start off by cutting the end. Make sure to keep your fingers as far away. Okay. And then I usually cut them like this. Okay, after you cut them into strips, this is how you would dice a carrot. You just cut them like this. Again, make sure your fingers are far away as possible, away from the blade.
To cut the onion, make sure you cut it down the middle and don't cut the ends off. When cutting the onion, make sure you try to get closest to the root as you can. Make sure you push the onion back together and glide the knife halfway through the onion. And then hold it down and slice.
After you rinse, make sure you peel your cucumber. Start by cutting off the ends and then cut the cucumber in half. While slicing the cucumber, hold it firmly to prevent it from sliding.
When grabbing a knife, you want to hold it correctly. There are a couple different ways that you can hold a knife. Here's the first way. When you grab your knife, you do not want to grab the blade. You want to start out by grabbing the handle. You can either hold it like this with your thumb on the baluster, or you could hold it like this. Another way you can hold your knife is you can choke up with one finger on the blade without like touching the bottom, that is the sharp part, like this, or you can choke up on both sides like this. All 3 ways are acceptable, but what is not acceptable is putting your index on top of the baluster because it is not stable when cutting your food. When cutting your food, you want your fingers back like this when cutting, and you do not want it like spread out like this because you can risk cutting your fingers off when cutting your food. So you want them back like this. And when you have your knife, it just kind of like rests on it. It's kind of like a guide when you're cutting your food. Make sure when you're cutting, you move your fingers back as you cut towards your hand without cutting your fingers.